elevate over incompetent, impotent, permanent, subsequent, delicate rhetoric, mostly get injected by kinetic etiquette, profusely. Poetry punctually protects amongst me. Accurate cells to achieve this inner aura that has always soothed me. Could it be that the creator is a spectator, optional, operator, neurological, navigator, advocate of the eternal escalator that was born out of order, but with creative chaos we can overcome this eternal disorder and when it's destroyer. Artistical anarchy is what we need, so all you true MCs, pick up your pens and follow me to the left. A de-linguistically liberated, overstated, meditated, elevated, sophisticated, related to our souls. Follow the path of the infinite stroll. Your two beholds, let go of the mind control, the story that is yet to be told. It's time to unfold our personal scrolls that personify. You should tell it this ain't no game about the look in my eye, cause I'm serious, curious, lyricist. You should be feeling this, so fearing this acid, so lyrics spoken through lyric appearances. Mysterious, mental engages the brain, the transform places you know that we can't be faded. Reflections, 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 reflections. I said reflections. I shout aloud to doubt my spout, my lunges to count, my hunches better do crunches to some out. My amount of thought pounds to the gush, hush, the whole rush of an experience. Nearly missed, surely distant, stay resistant. I stay consistent in my persistence. I scope fertility, depiction, deception, through my perpetual, prenatal, naval, tongue, receptive, reception, conceptualizing, the unbelievable rising, shake, and I familiarize the brain's band, wingspan, expand band. Can it fit if man ties hands and wrists? It's a risk due to abandoned land before it became the same sands. Caverns, realms of gold and rhythm shells. Do crack, split it, rap with kick, slam, snare. Can't be aware, prepare to share. For art's last day, unite the bearable circumstances. Issue through you, psycho, miles, soul, cyborg. I saw your shore and landed my ships. Get the drift, hip hop flows into toes to the end. I make the most and I'm close. Near sure cure, and fear for sure, fear almost missed. The last fast wit, I can outlast this shit. All go fist to break what who attempts to take. I make, reject, get accept. When I take myself to lick, suffocating the monsters lurking. They'll be receiving a serving to their circle. Left bench go, my exact back, stack, music go forth, attack. It's my back, no the lacking. Their shack will be left in ruins. Kiss it with humans, a silent executing. I violent, style, I live to give a gift, a sight to see. I might mislead if we agree. I shall mount the mic and ride it like NAPS. I will kill, till you're spilling. With my ailing, I'm willing to compete against Dillies, but the truth's revealing. Reflections, 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 our reflections are reflections.
Where are you headed's my question. No answer, don't answer, cause each chapter adapts to the habitat's terrain. Striving for survival upon arrival. I have no rivals, just my autobiographical novels and poems leading to the recital of my personal perceptions. Let's discuss the questions to teach our lessons to our brothers. We've discovered each other, so let's uncover the music and leave the sound, revealing the unseen or spoken region. The birth of worlds started off lifetime missions of commitment. We were not sent from a planet, but our passions will produce pieces of art containing a heartbeat. The power and knowledge of our souls unite to the beats. Essential energy, experimental mentals. Move the mentals to the music is the tempo to which we breathe, think, and link. Attention, we're on the brink.
Rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone to just write rhymes. Rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone to
My
just
soul
write
is an
rhymes.
extension of an extraterrestrial dimension. Depending on life lessons, liberating the minds, your manifestation. May I ask you a question? Do you live what you feel? Have knowledge of self with subconscious wealth and keep it real?
And what else in this cold, chilly place? Full of smiling, warm-blooded faces. I can taste it, the aroma of the sky's intelligence. Mama said it's gonna get harder with age. So when I pass through this phase, avoiding anger and rage, I feel strange and deranged, realizing the subliminal and external world.
With my turn, twirl of a twist, will winds embrace the mist. Visiting trees, perspiration breeze. On days like this, and the H2O6, I take a breath until there's nowhere left to breathe. And exhale like worries that I don't need.
I feel like a dormant, dumbfounded, drifting dwarf with a scarf that unravels and let the wind blow me away. Every day I hold back, refrain the pain, but still I remain a young imbecile in vain. With chains around my dreams, how are you supposed to have a higher self-esteem when obedience is for the lower IQ? You and I, me and you, forever and ever to strive and thrive and live a happy life. Baby, we live in a happy
Living a
life.
happy life.
All day, every day, every day.
Always living a happy life, but you gotta be conscious at the same time.
Exact.
It's like, man. My mind's torch has been lit and doused with kerosene. I enter the darkness of your drums, illuminate sleep rooms to redeem the rhythm that has been lost in the past. And then our part that expose the moments destructing hip-hop's cause. And we won't be stopped. Nah, man, I guarantee you for the Cinderella story from the West is on a quest to enhance the people's minds with rhymes combined from angles. Our tongue's a labyrinth, will leave you towards in a perpetual twisted tangle. We mangle the mental, strangle those with fake connections that with flows from the 20604 residential. Reside in the mind and in our souls. On the mission to get the simple-minded out of false fiction submission and to control. The now turn on, brought to the bones, producing the moonlight external. Orbiting the nebula at night times. Trance is right with their artistic motion moves before they dance. On the same palms, the grim like a real MCs who linguistically and creativity a chance. Romantic romance with enough to go around throughout the underground. You hear crews with those sounds and they lie down for one another. Genetical genes for the microphone beats that ready to birth. We'll be like blood brothers, persons in psilocybin, but the styles of essence. Rock by rock, you're guaranteed to feel our presence. Guaranteed to feel our presence, man, 'cause it's like
rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone to just write rhymes. Rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone
to just write rhymes.
Fall to crawl, I bought a gun on sludge call. Carry my heated, heavy vocabulary is my lady. Pronounced by the abdomen, energy more soul from the torso. Feeding the eardrums, the men, women, and children. Listening for hearing. Maybe nearing the end because of all these closed-minded men, women, and children. Reminded of lost times, united and reunited. Intertwining the eyes, the needle, knitting your family's traditional culture blanket. Sharing heritage with the bearing mothers to educate each other's offspring. Offering a softening breeze in the coming of spring. A splinter in the winter on a frostbitten finger to relate with the hearts around the wild horse. Crazy child, crazy horse, the wild child on a horse. But of course, in the middle of a riddle, rippling pond with the last so magical wand. Whipping the leg of people, eyes and skin sagging, begging to be equal. He will come and rescue us, he must, or she'll die in less of such magnificence, reconnaissance. A renaissance of consonants and vowels on the prowl. Look who's over there, the white lies out with the black head. Feathers on the devil, savage revenge. Rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone to just write rhymes. Rock by rock and stone by stone, we try to hold our own throughout these chaotic times. So instead of being born into a life of crime, we're prone to just write rhymes.
Sit back and think about your life. Yeah, it's been a while since we got down on some shit, but we just gotta do this progress shit, you know? It's like progress moving forth and whatsoever. But life is like a big merry-go-round, cause sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but we just roll with the punches. Keep walking. 604. NAPS crew. Interactions, metaphorical, historical. Since I was covering umbilical, I see through you with my visual constructing when I'm busting and thrusting. Dangerous like metal that's rusting, living in a world that's lusting for nothing but money and a bomb ass honey. Not me, literacy's the guiding light. I'm thankful for my God-given talent to rock the mic, despite the likes of wannabe tight ones. I'm not in it to impress, I'm in it to stress the countless occurrences when kids get caught up in the current and swept away. Our music is the purest and definitely traveling the furthest. When I'm out the stallion, I give it a yeah, then I get to galloping. Leave my tracks and stopping all this babbling, unraveling dummies like mummies wrapped up with the cast. Y'all better step back before you get blasted off. Watch out for the government's cash crop, like all the swap shops and gaps fall into the gap. Like Cool said, sporting her backwards boo-boo cap. What's that rap? Now that's fucking crap. It looks like they're selling back this in capsules. Let me take you back to a time when kings and queens resided in castles. Archers with fucking gauntlets were turned on by goblins, speaking nothing but nonsense. But we're overcome by the mentally conscious, overcome by the mentally conscious. And me, I got this, got this.
Hold up, it's sunshine time. Philosophies, speculations, and creations. Beginning a circulation of the brain's wind, avoiding storming whirlwinds of sin. And all the king's horsemen and all the king's men couldn't put back the puzzle pieces your mind is left in.
Encasements, brace yourself, cause these statements have grateful meaning, so we never ever waste them. It feels so great when I get the urge, the surge, and splurge on them thieves with my fucking words. Yeah, with my funky words. Yo, please give me your attention while I surprise the enterprise that hides behind the skies with an undetectable disguise. Open your motherfucking eyes, cause what you're failing to see is probably what leads to a disqualifying scene while my whole team is in the lead, in our own lead, busting through barriers with astonishing speed. See me? I can define my tester sentences better than Webster's. The soul collectors, hip-hop protectors, sit and listen to my lyrical lectures, and this is what I'm speaking. I'm teaching the meaning of true preaching.
And what rests, rise with the sunset. Why sunrise and rising has yet to set. Supernatural inferno in our future wall can inhale what I exhale through my respiratory repertoire. Memoir source reports sound off with flashbangs and hang in the sky to blind time. Relays the tide that binds and release on a course toward the moon to see my shadow and talk with the solid voice that gives me ultimatum's choice. Hold up, it's sunshine time. Philosophies, speculations, and creations. Beginning a circulation of the brain's wind, avoiding storming whirlwinds of sin. And all the king's horsemen and all the king's men couldn't put back the puzzle pieces your mind is left in.
Engagements, brace yourself, cause these statements have grateful meaning, so we're never ever gonna waste them. It feels so great when I get the urge, the surge, and splurge on MCs with my funky words. Yeah, with my funky words. Yeah. Blast off, Productions, 206 to the ball.
Are you talking to me? Cause personally I personify poetry university. Detrimental diversity, deformed and coded through abnormal sorcery. The force to reformulate musically, roam the streets immortally. Recording the revelations of prophecy, dropping these tracks importantly. We're meeting in words, a being of search. My hard work hurts, yet beautiful like the feeling of birth. A creation that burns more than cremation, collaboration of thoughts. While some rot embodied in freebasing and freemason, we be freestyling, freelancing, penmanship enhancing, cerebrum adventures with handsome words while advancing at high altitudes. With hella gratitude for my adversaries, alphabetical, self-proclaimed prophetical lifestyles, the unforgettable, legendary lacerations of fascination formulated from the foundations of vocabulary.
I'm taking steps and strides to try to find the unidentified. Hip-hop and hearing drums drop is why I live my life. Letting my waterfall of words flow into the creek of speech, eventually perfecting my techniques. Realize and visualize the true lies that society hides. Reconstructing the destruction that fills all of our lives. At times I wish I could find the creator of the undefined. I base my fluctuating taste on the case that the irreplaceable lace is too much for you to contemplate. So just stay in your place. Hip-hop is like a race, and you're being lapped. My brain functions quickly, which allows my mouth to rap. At last, we've gained our respect. Come against me or my crew, and your realm surely will be wrecked. Who's next to try to step to the very best? You must confess, we stress the issue when we wreck. Don't even try to attempt to protect your sector. Innovational, occupational, rhyme projector, universal professor, psychological tester. Get caught up under pressure and bail the whole semester.
Can't you see that by calling yourself an MC doesn't make you empty? The literacy family, WO2 is simple residency. Fourth wall, occupatory excellency, community has built up any meaning to all you phony when you can to execute so unity. You had the opportunity, don't say shit. Unless you really want to get with the political predicaments, running yourself to sinister spiritual spoken sentences. You incandescent, ignorant, illiterate shit is ridiculous. Nah, one of those everyday MCs who claims that they're the best when it gets stuck to freestyle by pop culture ball. Just can get great on the mindless mental vortex. I could care less about the opinion that's been commercially pressed. When the rhymes go on recess, I must have been absent on flows and measured upon who you could impress with monetary success. That happened in provocative progress. Political process on flows and measured by intellect. Any relevant subjects, criminal suspects, beyond boss boss or cause. If you really want to be a star, shoot my black hole and no clothes. My neurological nebula will appreciate it all. NAPS, for the relapse from tracks with creativity, straps, elapse, lungs collapse. When the audio artillery accurately liberates linguistically elaborate traps. Falling into the eardrum collapse. Struggling against society's mass. Immediate ingredients, just some cash. Feel the rap, never over with flash. Bash brains for entering our soul, spoken subterranean. In the water like there are no clues. Monopolies that shoot, not a ladder. Guess who? Train the same. I believe that hip hop is not a game, not in my rule book. It's about cultural expression, not fake G's, cheese, bit MCs, corny hooks, and perpetrating crooks. That's just a game. It ain't hip hop. Don't ever associate my association with games, cause NAPS equal more than NBA. Don't stop.
Are you talking to me? Do you leak the same blood that I speak of? Each one of my arteries flooding reaches to freedom, become heart releases, gateways to Eden. Since the seed's been split apart, reason seen shine beyond treasons, confines conceived in the darkest mind. Sequence of science, find time to believe in a hope instead of receiving pieces of hope. Over here, there's poets who stay afloat, feeling fine. The universal flows from our throats. It's all hail since the Virgin Mary's water broke. So many have failed to know whose name they should hail to. You failed through. I'm at peace with the Most High, but martyrs never get smoked. Why inhale, fool? Take a toke of unprovoked and be one with the sky. My eyes, the galactical scope on quadrants where quadrants reply, climb right on the rise of unlocking doctrines of conquering rhymes. Every motherfucking time.
So are you talking to me? Cause if you had any common sense or receptors anticipating danger, you would not be. Could it be that a lifetime of lost ambition, instant catching your daily curriculum? If and when you come to your senses defenseless, NAPS eternally endless. Predators to pretenders, contenders get dismembered when they enter epicenters, limb benders, uncircumstantial battle enders, rendering authority perceived reality, a tiny web of formality, an actuary. Actually, NAPS is the freshest. Try to define us and end up under the iris of a forensic scientist on an organ donor checklist. So when we talk like you keep with the speeds and ferocities, velocity, it takes much more to attain fourth world occupancy. Just moderately, obviously, rubbing two fingers together monotonously. My honesty conveyed through our circuitry. Certainly you wouldn't believe these stories of mannequins, minds morphing, struggling, orbiting, forfeiting. We've worked hard for years to combine our speech. Try to test that and find out what it feels like to swallow your teeth. Are you talking to me? Yes, yet I'm walking free. The common origin that we lead. NAPS stays obsessed with raps. From the first contact, we perform, sworn when in combat. I attack, static, exact facts is a bat. I'm strapped, waiting to release with ease. I seize every opportunity to invade the security of a brain. Soon to be slain, I evade and make an MC lay in shame. On the grave bed that I made, I post in the shade and say what I need to say. For each and every day, I inhale and exhale words, putting MCs in a jail where they feel captured by my world. I'm trolling absurd jurors. Are you sure you're talking to me? Because I appear and then disappear, leaving hollow space in between the ears, where I distill gallons of fear to every ear in the atmosphere.
Is it me you're talking to? Well, who are you and what is your purpose? We're mental perverts, molesting mics to spread our messages. Our energy collectively will last until eternity. With each breath we breathe, our heartbeat succeed the rate of normality. Each footstep's the measurement of our natural progress. Achieving this consciousness is the guiding force of our accomplishments. Your
traders lay smacks down like rooftop sleepwalkers. Now awakening realms, royal, with distant destinations on the ground, dimensions. But we're making decisions, thoughtless, the cause is the effect. Relocated, manifesting, memories sacred, scarlet, starlit, solar packaging. Heroes stuck on money and heroin to many classes. But I don't see that where I live. You must need some aquarium Shark Tank glasses. To set it straight, they walk in circles on an axis. Slipping like clothes broke about the love deep crater belt. My coastal ascension felt when spoken, talking in circles, leaning in circles. Think your major was cosmetology. You know when you need to cover up with bothering pockets. Promise you won't trip honestly with moderate, unsharing apart with ego and preference. Acknowledge the circumference of my wisdom and measure it by unconscious competence.
Lace 1. Sympathy is what overtakes me. Fakes see the money and jewels, so they decide to be an MC. But to me that means a mark chasing dreams. So when I send the lyrical beams, kids get weak in the knees, cause they never see nobody represent as hard as me. Psychologically it's impossible to see the images and hear the harmony, but it'd probably be the extension of the dope shit for the next century. Eventually you'll be appreciated, never bout my association. I got fools behind my back, gotta rip your tongue out, make you change your occupation. To you, my figure is fatherly and awkwardly on top of the impaired, atomically exploding on these squares, silently releasing my toxins into the air. So prepare for the duplications of faces into our nation's races. Who's the first person on this earth to give birth and live life for what it's worth? Not purse thirsty, cursing low life, searching for the light. Decide to invite poisonous delights into the likes of young children not knowing wrong from right. But in the ending, long-lasting accuracy conquers everything. I cook a game or try to spit it. You'll either show me love or be like you can't get with this. Well, fuck a clitoris, I'm frankly sick of it. I don't care about your reaction, I'm in it for the love of the crew, so fuck the fashion. Oh yeah, I got gear, but that don't make me special. When I elevate to the highest level, trust me, I won't forget you. I consider that to be selling out, not what I'm about. I chose the unpaid route to find my way out of this chaos, lyrically and urban-wise. I apologize sincerely for the fact that you're fearing me, cause we're nearing the broad-sided apocalypse. If everyone who had a gun would simply drop this shit, then there could be peace. So yeah, I forgot about the atomic bits, equipped with atoms that could cause chain reactions. You can't begin to fathom the damage. Sporting bandages, now you're a candidate for a virus that no one has seen yet. Don't worry, your story will be falsified by a special on TBS. Jazz Crew, CIB, motherfucker. Crossing international borders, National Battle Association. Don't lose your focus. Elevated. Fourth world.
The object is style. Motion detection, microphone mutilation, destruction, no instructions needed. My life teaches me lessons, the breath of progression. Lead us through the stairwells quite well. Mind swell with energy, drain my cranium out my voice box.
A spot where hip-hop rocks, separated by boxing the beats, or percussion, improvisational discussions, creative concussions, statistically oblique to the angle of no dimension where the walls and windows are innuendos. They could all be so simple, probably not. Let's got too many twists and knots.
Spit it tight and I tied them around the eye sockets. Did you lock the talking? Walk the pickpocket styles, talking back, release. We're gonna dip our speech in the beat and see where it leads.
I slice with my mind device, entice, precise, concise advice. Up for sale, this moment of merchandise in my poetry is underpriced, verbally vicious, artistically ambitious, now suspicious, intellectually expeditious, neurologically nutritious, deliciously explicit, investor, questa, mental molester, northwester, jargon jester, taste tester, ancestor, bester, arrestor, encapsulated, complicated, calculated, carbonated, coordinated, configurated, carbureted, elevated. I'm a conscious, underweight, cheapskate who illustrates, recreates, innovates, and demonstrates with his lyrical ability, artistic agility. Walk the plank, you sank, you lame, no game, no come again. It's my domain, retrain, plain brain, remaining your terrain, and you will see the reflection of your perception, punctually demanded, indented, expended, repented. Step to the front of forensic formation and get a lesson. For my most prized possession is my expression.
Wise, fluid with flavor, savor the spectrum of intelligence. Not to forget the echoes past the threshold, let go, but don't fall off. Depart in the dark and travel like darts through the air, thrown to hit the target, hunting for meals and scramble for shelter. I found my spot in the center of creation, a project producing artwork with a heartbeat. And sometimes I can't even sleep because of the way I think. Don't bleed, you might miss something quite important to your survival. Never leave the eyes fully closed, the mind is now being exposed.
I hope to be influential to the body of people, equal to the sequel of the steeple peaked, to the greeted reached. We needed a resurrection and we got a cross-section dissecting whose interception, our straight conception. Don't let them escape with our fate, it's too late, your hung's dry and the wind just takes a rain. Goodbye, wave, a collapsing force, pummeling, plummeting, summiting, wondering whose tumult is indulging to full interpretation. Sin is the basis to the station, ain't no hesitating, waiting, procrastinating. You better grab the mic, who, and get exhausted, flabbergasted, excited. Audience and lyricists united, one with the power source, the force of mind. The line is sketched in on purpose, the far-fetched are endangering the surface of all wanting worthless, yellow those drone clones. Mechanically, I clog, toss, exhaust, leave that frost in windshield. When you know your fortress field has no protection from my penetration. Technically an engineer, I manufacture the capture of all steps that could witness the rapture and become captivated. I guess you have a hypothesis, but you have to be educated and make sense. It's all too common, the throbbing ordeal. A society's real, spin this fortune wheel, a shortening deal to the opinion's appeal. I move by feel. Listen.
Let me trace my footsteps, backtrack on my facts, reps, can't no impact. Let's check to the factory that grips on shacks to the track. Game that I proclaim was not the same but the same time. Yo, I ain't flaming flame round and got the fuck off the sideline. Proceeding to stop breathing, found meaning behind my word. Now whack MC's getting purred to being served. I have been renouncing bird. Saw the light with the mic for hours tight and bite my crayon. Yo, I never see a moment go out, but it flows like a geranium. Tracks and laying them in a cypher of fire to inspire brains to burn. Fumes of thought-provoking lyrical attire, cause creative contractions, track distractions, and win the fraction with grammatical interactions. So, will you do the math? For it's fundamental, four-dimensional, talk, linguistical, quidditch. Experimental, essential, your bandits, elemental in knowledge of your soul. Watch it stroll literal through my controlling limited spirits. Yo, that behold the key to the state for liberty's grace, chasing all faces, space. Based in place of continuous staircase, I the first rush and retreat. The footprints of my ancestry, the all benevolent. Hey, yo, Lyes, take over the mic and show them what's up with these elements.
In the days of wind and rain, extracting life from each vein. Self-convicted pain, when no one to blame, the brain strains these days. Viewing the ways and treats of fellow man. Animals with plants, I extend my hand with lead in the bag. My only true needs, besides breath to breathe, overcoming the obstacles, explaining miracles as energy cycles to which this earth gives birth. And remember memories, past visions of my so-called history. Turn timetables like turntables toward the future, unleashing unexposed evidence, not meant for exposure, forcing closure of the eyelids. So start seeing yourself, study the mind themes, cause mood swings and time sing as the wind plays notes, hoping you'll soon hear and start having hope.
House one, Lace one, Prince, blast off with progress.
Unlimited energy is within our grasps. NAPS 20604. Unlimited energy is what we possess. Abstract, can you react to my actions, interactions, displaying my grammatical tactics, exploring the core of Earth's society for an unexplainable force that feeds on my inner source. Transform, break down, and into sections, using robotical confessions to answer the questions that the government possesses. Unlimited energy enables me to clearly see the future's capabilities, constructing a path to infinity. To put it simply, my name is Isaac. I brought the mic with the tightest styles and a brightest light despite the biters. I'm a righteous writer of sentences that mention intention and quotes and attempts to make some sense of this confusion. And every now and then I catch a glimpse, capturing souls and spirits with goals who hold information that you could never ever be told. I took an oath when I decided to write and roll, created clothes situated when I spit my flow. Unlimited energy possessing me mentally. 206 of flow is meant to be telepathically, kinetically, energetically performing. I'm addicted to recording, sorting out whose truth is distorting and what's really important, contorting flows. Ain't no stereotypical, cynical individual, pitiful, made on TV, rap miracle, lyrical analyzations of life, lure to the spiritual aspect, Aztec, mathematic, rhythmic, patterns of atmospherical, rings like Saturn, naps, energon cubes, fuel, eternal soul lanterns, 206 and 4 neurologically enhanced panthers, the most savage rap having break dancers, enchant your world, I'm trying to sanitize all airborne cancers. Mobile suit, battle memoirs, neutralize, nebular scarring, psychological sparring, farther from the reach of our opponent's directory, force sundials, counterclockwise and alter all trajectories, energy effectively never soft, keep our names off the tip of your tongue and I'll be sure not to rip it off, the lost language translator, there's a war going on each side of my mind's equator, so don't say shit, the foundation laid down by the children of the Matrix, with cuts like a rusty scalpel facelift, yeah, you know what I'm saying, bitch? So fold some cranes that hang in your brain, neurons you're gone with no anatomy drained into the psychokinetic arachnous cranial parameter frame, casually silence high caliber battle lords, whereby reality's balances, 4 canisters filled to the tip with extraterrestrial pre-embryonic liquids, challengers, mortal cryptic are all detestable to the uncontestable rhythmic mental songs, it seems that we've been dropped out of the beak of 4 radioactive pelican jaws, and been planted on the shores of the beach just west of dusk and dawn, seas of rebellion, pour into these testaments a bleeding tongue drawn from a metallical pond, upon its reflection also a hybrid collection of spawns, spitting infinity's vital psalms. Infinity's vital song. Universal dispersal of unrehearsal. When we hurt you, automatically savagely attacking you when I'm rapping. Injections of protection teach lessons about infections, but yet we still are tested. HIV is manifested. I rely on my eyes to envision the skies, which then enters my mind, enabling me to energize. Unlimited, isn't it an amazing amount of accomplishments that we're already finished with? Resigning, declining, diminishing. The industry has got to go. Can't stop the flow, that's impossible. Emotional, unlike for you to grow mentally unspiritual. I see conspiracies happen every day right in front of me, but I keep living life to the fullest, cause ain't nobody gonna be holding me back.
Hey, that's murder on my audio receptors.
NAPS. Packs unlimited, universal, infinite energy, ripping shit. Potentially the sickest brain tissue ripping syndicate. Serving Triscuit, flaky, flimsy rappers like hot biscuits. This gets crazy complex on XMC's turn discus. Show 'em who's linguistic, art form from a mystic. Astrological audio brilliance, orbits, always an apps existence. We all get live with consistency and persistence. For instance, purchase our cassette, meditate, elevate, and burn some incense. The industry's defenseless against us and our opinions. Non-profitable organization of conscious civilians whose parents are artists and musicians, creatively bred children, born into hip-hop, soon to start a revolution of millions. Never allowing a prisoner's survival, the title of your mentor's idol, conceited like your ego's echo, let go, trying to control my temper's tempo, disabling, engaging, not permitted to enter our cycle of somatics, patterns sporadic, exact the moment we extract the moisture out of your body, watch you die of dehydration, we're fucking amazing, that's why you're caught stargazing in our constellation of pinpoints hold, naps are the ligaments of life, the hanging pendants of soul, Hell's Gate is near and you're now paying the toll.
Bloody palms guide our souls, it's how the evil spells woes, bright with wisdom and told, a long paranormal road to go where we go, follow the glow of all those decomposed candlelit werewolf skulls, billions of self-destructive puppets, hear the click of Babylon's muskets, must they get brought to the top of the summit and shot down, wondrous obstruction, well-rounded in bunches, confronted and rushed quick out of spots, drips, drops, ticks, talks, the clock stops, the world is locked in its own pocket watch as flocks of symbiotic optic clocks cross paths with logical wrath on Masonic slip free or be wanted by NAPS, the high exalted disciples of paranormal poetical crafts, unveiling the mask worn by scorn, riding a pale horse through a thriving storm, you're locked in the fucking death tomb, we warned ya, warned ya, warned ya.
What's up, what's up? These mind control revelations. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah. Hold up. I thought time stopped, so why am I already seeing what needs to be done, but still I can't reach the top? Yeah, I'll get there though and travel beyond 1 million to go until everybody knows that the soul only becomes whole when the cold unites with the warm. We got repercussion percussions. I can't get enough suction on the microphone. Always end up losing my breath, and yet the words come out full and bustful. Yeah, a whole trunk full is what I got. I shot the moon and ended up on Neptune in a saloon with some real craze astrophysics professors. They said I had an air compressor type style kind of vocab, so I took a stab. The gift of gab was a spiritual thing to have. You know, some people just can't grasp the matter of fact, the task, so they put on that mask, perhaps to show they had a little mishap in the property tax accumulation for staying at home and remaining more whacked than the person on the track with a sidetracked thought. They thought at the local swap meet with a rap sheet and a crap beat. They might as well just wear sheets and call themselves boogeyman ghosts who only appear in your sleep, along with missy energy. And some R. Kelly, you remind me of something I can't stand to see. This alternative illiteracy, whack MC, stand by me, impersonation with no creation, claiming improvisation. This group of people happens to be weak intellectuals, and I'm skeptical for their show to display on what's their goal aid of today for hip-hop, culture, and soul, so that it grows as a whole. Hold up, I thought time stopped, so why am I already seeing what needs to be done, but still I can't reach the top? Yeah, I'll get there though, and travel beyond with 1 million to go, until everybody knows that the soul only becomes whole when the cold unites with the warm, and grows Luke, a skywalker, a real jive, chatterbox talker, but not a talk the talk, walk the walker, an extreme slacker when the biological clock ticks and talks, and knocks at your door. Oh no, I got 1 million to go, yes, but I cannot stop until I show what I possess. Got a mental opener as a show button until your ignorance is over, deterred, disproved, submerged laundry detergent with stain removed, rinse removed. I'm going to keep a cold shoulder to those who can't hold their own brain afloat, trying to gloat, boast, claiming both coasts. I break it down like glucose, fructose, lactose, compost piles, exile with no style, enzymes so many multiplied, one of a kind, easy to find, multicellular organisms fused with electromagnetic vision that stimulates all characteristics, attributes, and traits. But this I act upon with the word bondage, a sabotage ambition, the rush of knowledge. Verbal lasso, I can last so long, leaving just enough time to prolong your torture. Now, that's alright, but really, I have decided that the competition on the mic only matters when you recite what's right. And presently, I'm frightened for the state of debate when everyone tries to relate to the hip-hop culture, but won't take any weight upon the shoulders to support the shortcoming folder of information out on the streets. It's a simple defeat, your squadron must retreat, but when I'm at peace, I overcome any feat. Sheets don't make hate, they just sleep with anger. So many strangers under suspicion of this jurisdiction of fate stretches as far as the eyes can visualize. I possess an idea that will spread to all areas and regions. We're forming legions that will scare the scarce kingdom and share the freedom, tearing down the oppressor's safety zone dome with an energy called my own. I'm prone to zone now with a mouthpiece that leaves nothing except true speech to reach my peers. Shears break when they attempt to cut my growing tree. I stand too strong for too long just to die and wither away, lie in the grave bed with no one remembering what I said. Take that to the head. Take that to the head. Hold up, I thought time stopped, so why am I already seeing what needs to be done, but still can't reach the top? Yeah, I'll get there though, and travel beyond with 1 million to go, until everybody knows that the soul only becomes whole when the cold unites with the warm, and grows Luke, a skywalker, a real jive talker, chatterbox, but not a talk the talk, walk the walker, just onslaught and extreme slacker, with the biological clock that ticks and talks and knocks at your door. Oh no, I got 1 million to go, but yes, I cannot stop until I show what I possess.
your boundaries are my motive to conquer the limits it inflicts upon me. Awaking daydreams of reality, deja vu of a movie scene shot in space, like when alien speech communicates to the extraterrestrial. In-depth mental ethics speaking about cultural existence, a curious vocal expressionist is the illusion you attempt to depict, so its lessons are lived. Only some questions are given answers, so I decide what happens to my mind in the next chapters. Living forever after the cremation of Patrick O'Brien Smith, on to its next residence of whatever houses my presence, most likely the unexplainable. Untangible suggestions keep me unbalanced, tangled in the declining spiral of destruction, tampering nature's functions, asking too many questions, running out of breath, energy and grounded steps. So with no regrets, we overcame its fence and forever left. Since truth is gravity, the stained glass ceilings your boundaries are my motive to conquer the limits it inflicts upon me.
Music is knitted, pearled, and crocheted to my tongue, and that's how devilish spirits are hung, with the lace of liquid saliva, dripping like aliens' acid, burning flesh, covering skin membrane, because I can't be contained, and I remain free, beyond the guidelines set to hold me under public arrest, so I choose self-awareness and progress towards force, putting my words in place of your words, furthermore, therefore, for surely there are more cowards, afterwards, the skyscraper towers, in the 206 hour, brain of pain, draining the explicit circumstances, enhances the mind's dream state trances, and that's when the squatting revelations come to mind, and my thoughts intertwine, like I heard it through the grapevine, and I climb the monstrous beanstalk, serving the giant of proportion he can't handle nor control, making his head full with distortion.
Since truth is gravity, this stained glass ceilings of reality are my motive to conquer the limits it inflicts upon me. Conquering limits. The early bird catches the worm, so I wake up at 3:33 and elevate with the freestyle. It's what we call it. I spit spirals, sporadic, spastic, relevant revelations through arithmetic evolution. It's a creative institution inside of my capillary, remember tattoos, theatrical and actors with grammatics, cause most rappers lack it. Sometimes I search within my words for wisdom and inhibition. I use my intuition to make decisions. This mental expedition, your way of prophecy is the resting position. I will not rest until I pass the test of my inner soul quest to become the best. Yo, in my mind, negative past left behind. My lifeline is very fine. There is now steps that climb, and I must start on my journey. Just call ignorant individuals orders to improvise my intellect, cause they irrelevant arrogance only hurts me. Not physically, but mentally, for sticks and stones can't break my bones. This love zones for rap. I try to conceal the inner hatred for the art form and it's turned into a mercenary industry by actors who can act. That shit is whack. Yo, that shit is whack. Says truth is gravity, the stained glass ceilings of reality are my motive to conquer the limits it inflicts upon me. Yeah, conquering limits. Since truth is gravity, the stained glass ceilings of reality are my motive to conquer the limits it inflicts upon me. Conquering limits. Truth is gravity. Peace. Truth is gravity.
You wanna get a brain freeze for free? 100% freshly squeezed brain substances. Must to get any more graphic, I ask it as if you did not already know the answer. It only appears as empty to the one who is dying from thirst. Not matter in liquid form transforms your questions. Rivers of information frequently form. The gods fight back in fierce storms. Drenched Gracing the streets with Scott's discharge, reminding you that nature's in charge and our words are remaining at large. The mechanics of voice spoke to speak, poke and potions, witchcraft through medications, transforming mountains, liquid snakes seeping into the oceans. The moon creates its motions, it's my motion, and the subject of your therapies, mystery answer. So sip or take a hit of our potions with fear and laughter, knowing or not knowing about our forever following chapters.
Wanna get a brain freeze for free? We got 100% freshly squeezed brain juice to give you boost. A little bit of a boost for your being to and fro daily routines encountering. I'm wondering how much it will take for you to take a chance. What's the Sympathy coming out? Don't be scared. You fear, prepare you for the cold. Got some freezing Arctic bitter shiver your mind. Combined rhymes we're opposing, all imposing, exposing and enclosing. The open hat, the mental cap gets stamped exact, precise to the what, suffice what? Dry ice, burger scalp, capsize, ice age, float the boat in a cloak of globes. We're about to reach in the frontal lobes of people, cerebrals, too feeble. We got some lyrical needles, spiritual insulin, injecting frozen potions, cold-blooded bloodstreams, maxed out to the extreme. Too harsh for sharp carbs and proteins. Wouldn't want to part your arms with force, energy, but of course the resource comes from the source of sorcery.
Wanna get a brain freeze for free? 100% freshly squeezed brain substances. Must be getting you more graphic. I ask it as if you didn't already know the answer. I'm positive, composite, that's opposite, complement, consistent. Honorable nourishment, consistency. Two parts, living entities, internal, eternal energy. Two OZs, one part info that travel the turmoil, separate firma, infinities, over tunnels. Transported by way of whispered shadows. Through screens, frozen and walls, once blank, 1 ounce fluid. Cellular therapeutic truths remain substantially. The good die mostly over bullshit. Misconceived the music, proven the point. Decent decisions are anointed. Augmented into cerebral ointment. Give cold loads and fat dips. What is every time you spoke your words turn into fecal and swollen head fever? Or where you gurgle with sulfuric acidic now. Cubic Achilles, tendonitis, spasms, and PMS, endless with tissue, stuffed leather. Couldn't get as tightly woven. If you're so invisible, you think you likeful, you spiteful, semicircular when I rhyme you'll connect with the change links and break beats. Time is the train of change, or the act of spinning on the axis tilted spins. Shape the sound wave, I bring the voice of the storms on Mars. From where we stand, they just seem like lines to ears broad to other realms of reality, barred in ways of unimaginable proportions. Begin forth in the preceding opening statement, two legs to stand, two hands to cup and let the brain juice hit from spirits, blast the facial muscles, skeletal, mantle, and beyond, cleanse the ledge with slippers. The food touch on top through ojos, the corniga, cut the liver.
You wanna get a brain freeze for free? 100% freshly squeezed brain substances. Must they get any more graphic? We ask if as if we didn't already know the answers. We ambush any colony by coordinating my oral statements properly placed in documents. These vocal toxins make cassette tapes, the canisters for many gases, warfare crafted, swirling masses of demographic infectious parasites crossing the atlas, dispatching airborne lectures to dematerialize the texture of your cranium portion. More potent flows than a Chernobyl uranium compressor, and you weren't able to get to a near exit before its pressure rose. Our poems overexpose those who don't listen close to a dose of thermonucleic flows, causing mutations to grow. Since pharaohs had brains pulled out of their nose, arts arose and made spirits the most followed means for immortals to go. So I'm metamorphosizing my sickness to avoid being rigor mortified or having regrets when tote descripted. I'll be sent to a cryptic realm of visions where I hunt for wisdom as well as not fearing Lucifer's kingdom. Bust a freestyle with some angels reminiscing about fables consisting of how political leaders label themselves innovative. Meanwhile at the war between the true and pagan, I'm extracting intestines from navels of oppressing clones cables with electrifying thorns, resurrecting the true rulers before. I'm talking about real prophets that explored the unseen corridors, so hardcore they'll make Genghis Khan their whore and cause Hitler to lock his doors. DEPS, dark angels of blessed, unchangeable angles of life by making them breath.
Yeah, I hear him. Let freedom ring over devilish breasts, amounts in stress, and countless amounts of oppressed, progressive echoes of an era. Off of the desolate canyons, sheer faces, only navigable to flowing rivers, shimmering shivers and quivers when the artist stand and delivers a masterpiece. So let the hatred cease and bring out centerpieces of sunshine.
Extracting the earth's nectar as we evolve into eternity, relocated on the sound waves of the next phase.
Let me rephrase and open your shades to shed light in the views of hues of skin, deciphering evil and sin.
Our souls and thoughts from within.
Beginning and ending while sending a word of mouth style worth comprehending, but falsify, pretending, attending individuals looking for confirmation on information received through deceit. Now was it a trick or a treat?
A complete sun cycle orbits the earth, shedding light on our life. Stacking complex structures with no structure. Word conductors trace time. Start the circulation of nonlinear movements, spiral emotions, insert emotion towards the entrance of our existence.
Conquering a deliverance of resistance to devilish spirits attempting invasion and penetration without reducing the equation for proper clearance of appearance.
Please exit this enlightened trance where our sounds dip in your earlobes. It's a noise
Expanding across the globe. Satellites recite our insight of reflection, expression, retrospect, spectrum, circumspect, overlook, baby, the hook, so inspect the unexpected.
Creative inventions told from the first person's perspective. The few that have been selected, chosen offspring who sight the unseen.
In dreams, cloud for these nightmares, abs and knees fled. Share the offering of the Garden of Eden, relaxing in surreal serenity. Non-dripping calamities build up like muscle atrophy. Natural electricity sent through charge. Fingertips in the sky, a bolt of lightning. Frightening is the nation's locked vote of hatred of both. But out the code of the computers and cryptic script instead of Morse code of verbal assault. Over the airlines, airways, wise ties, moonshine, sun rays. All the haze in a bar when eyesight is obscure. Loss of peripheral, expanded wingspan meets terminal velocity and matter thins. Gravity fissions start to begin, and the mankind human race comes to an end. And it returns to Mother Nature, breaks to nature. Premature creatures with no teachers, just lesson to be learned and taught to the plants that build our air supply. So why do we destroy when we need to survive? That is the question at hand, and my answers lie. My claps the beat, no withstand the heat in the kitchen, cause lyrics is what I'm dishing. And if you're wishing that I amount to less, and hip-hop culture's worthless, then obviously you left the nest too early, so here's your yearly bless and your daily bread.
I was born at the Big Bang with space sprang into energy. Let's escape the boundaries and surf on the sound waves. The beginning where life takes place. Start your fears and wonders of death. Now your mind's the only thing left. The profound, prolific properties unravel, time spindle. As fire rise, the big reach candle and eagles soar the sky. The perfect playground beyond ground level. Ready for countdown starts now. Listen to the guides of survival, beginning the revival. The intense interactions occur face to face and clean, eye to eye, into the labyrinth of time. In the depths of a human mind, I ponder in each question, for whose final answer is why?
We sit on our backs, staring at the sea of stars. Time froze as the mind slowed into the cosmos of who we are. Light years don't seem that far. Our spaceship has descended into the night sky. Shooting stars spear the moon as we eternally rise. Let's all start from the get-go. I can't let it go too far, though. Wouldn't wanna miss the stars glow under the night. Everything's in sight. The brain is so bright, but you gotta torque it just right. Then you'll see the light so clear, so near, so fear. And that's where I appear in the three-dimensional with the verbal sphere. My mind is a fortress field chill, leaving the dome feel. Hear this, fearless tyrant, gargantuan. You have to answer with. Things better get better, whether or not you know not or cannot connect the dots. Construct, conduct, destruct, alienate, abduct, hush the touch so much. Don't even leave the ability to procreate, regenerate, reincarnate, emancipate. Flush the gut feeling straight down the tubes, along with your ebony phonics. You hook dudes. Now you're either cute or obtuse, cute or ugly to somebody. I shrug in the misunderstanding of why you question the maybe. See to believe or believe what you see. And I'm going to believe all possibilities and ensure our pure destiny. So pure, we don't even leave the ability to appreciate, compensate, relate, tolerate this hate as bait to frustrate and make me lose my
my composure and diplomacy after these 5 centuries? You must be crazy, 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 crazy.
In a society stabilized structure, I let my rhythm rupture, I capture the flag and cross the finish line, marking a destination. But it's no man's land liberation. And why are we trying to escape? If we are all the race of a man and evolved from the ape, then I must metamorphosize as a serpent with a cape and elevate over the rainbow, where mountain ranges don't have 2 faces and relevant phases of spiritual spaces. No dead end maces with no dead bolt to block. But once I start, you know that I can't stop. And the snowball has been pushed down the slope, gaining momentum as it is the eternal atmosphere of pulsating propulsion. I feel like motherfucking Gary Paulson, but all that I have is my hatchet, and if it develops in my way, you know I got to crack it. Well, it's time to become free in a society that mentally attempts to imprison me and you. Propaganda is in its purest form, so what do we have but to stay true? Nothing, that's right. I'm a stargazer at night, dwelling on the concrete, questioning the question that so many questions. There's just one too many questions. I look to the sky and I ask why. Surprisingly, my soul replied, instead if you really want the answers, all you gotta do is just look inside. We sit our backs, staring at the sea of stars. Time froze, the mind slowed into the cosmos of who we are. Like you don't see that far for our spaceship as we send into the sky. Shooting stars through the moon as we eternally rise. As we eternally rise.
NBA, crossing international borders. Bone origin. New artifacts, priests and science. And elevated elements. Elevated. Moving forth progressively and steadily. Beware, 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 beware. Concentrate, motivate. Double like this. I'm taking my time and running my rhymes. I follow behind, ahead of my kind of my mind. I recline, rewind, and design. Like architects, bet you'll get lost. Bet it costs a lot, they need to stop. Before you drop and hit rock bottom. I paid the price, your shit repulsive like possums. When I rock, I connect that dot, so there's no gaps in my plots. You're on the spot, sitting in the hot seat, not connecting the dots. And I bet you get caught in my fishing net, no sweat. Until the sun sets, still ain't done yet. And you can take that to the bank as your battleship sank at the prime meridian, where longitude and latitude meet with an obsidian altitude, a subsidian attitude, oceans of the down home moves. With a clue of dark skies, revise the blinking silent eyes, watching the outlines chalking the chalkboard of frequent scores. The ties bind, rewind our future and face the one-of-a-kind race towards time's enemy. My best friend, befriending to the enemy and focusing ahead. Embedded a bed of roses, I sleep peacefully with resting my head on a pillow under a weeping willow, quietly rapping on a sapping hollow, sitting stumped, and I jump. Metals keep it still though, when I oppose the imposers and leave them frozen in a consequential freezer. Female teasers and lyrical pleasers, please I can find a solution and listen up in a beaker. I use my beat to speak and receive vital necessities and trees provide air for me to breathe. What I need, I got what I want. I think about life, see so many people go through it all like this in front. And I grab a book off the shelf. It's sad to me, these niggas he dead can't find himself. Under the web, stay chill like stealth bombers. Some time and space like adding quotations and commas. Always avoiding the drama. Hosting a star's bazaar, an epic empire's guitar, stroking light years and hoping for the right ear from afar to come here and approach my coach or my car, saying an antidote, making them come close and become my passenger gem. Him and her, a pearl and a moistened oyster, hoping for a gesture of immense pleasure. Seizures of leisure, an eminent, prominent, dominant, omnipotent, with no remorseful sentiments, just regiments of distrust. We must trust the flustering, mustering winds to whisper the sins of brink, I think, strengthening the links of the chain's weakest links, of the chain's weakest links. Think. Please think.
This track consists of opinions that we all have. We lead different lives. Have different means of getting by in life. This one is a perspective of a different lifestyle. One that I don't lead, but many of my friends do. So we're gonna drop it like this. I woke up early one morning to the sound of the rain. Living in the 206, I get used to this shit, so I eliminate the pain. Trying to sustain a positive mind frame and get through this everyday day. Flashbacks of a bag.
Then I heard the phone ring, yeah, it was nice. Talk about some gang in the space, violating assistant in space. Somebody get erased to replace, leave it with no face, no taste, no trace.
Hey yo, regardless, I done start the shit, but I'ma damn well finish it. Cause you motherfuckers try to be diminishing, but I'm gonna get rid of them for the situation critical.
Yeah, it's a ritual to a violence, typical, pitiful individuals. The men, they extensive care, that's critical individual. CC's from the family.
So I said, fuck, let's meet up. I'm about to grab the burner, then I'm hopping in the truck. Like I'm not for good luck, cause destiny can lead the LASCD be another come of
retaliation is what we face with the blazing. Reach a destination, no procrastination. Gotta get these motherfuckers in annihilation. Hair racing when the bullets be gray.
They call on creep mode, keep the volume low. Miles per hour, real slow. Fuck it though, let's bro. I can put the blood on the floor, so now it's time to let it go. Yo, check it. Hey, I think it's right up there, it's right up there. Yeah, it's right up there. I'm about to hit the right, Yeah, chill, dog. That they go right there. Yeah, that's that motherfucker. Alright. But slow down. Chill. Let's get these niggas. Dude, you got the heat. Pass the heat. You ready, dog? For an eye in the jungle, you never wanna go blind.
I lift my eyes up toward the dark and sky above. It's much too late for you to save me. The night is thick and I can feel it swallow. And there is nothing where the moon should be. I hear something there. I have no doubt. Its claws are beckoning for me. I hold my breath and fear. There's no way out. 'Cause there is nothing where the moon should be.
NAPS crew, NBA, CIB, Fourth World, Prevail Wonder from the smaller members, Children of the Matrix, Fluid Movements, 500 Years, MTE, The Flood, Ups Crew, OYE, JMG Project, PB, Hip Hop Music Worldwide, and everybody represents the 206. Elevated Elements, Progress. Elevated Elements, Elevated Congruency. Yeah. Where's the 206? Progress.
We travel on the waves of the music, using our spirits as the fluid while we float and elevate. Our mind controlling this congruence.
Yeah, it's quite congruent. It's everlasting, man.
Some people say the best things in life are free. Well, that fits my music to a T. An example would be my creativity. You see, I never had to pay a cent to express what I was feeling. And you could tell by the context, it doesn't need to be complex or over magnified. I dip my lyrics in the ocean's high to try to find a state of mind where I can rhyme and get high.
Hey yo, we travel on the waves of the music, using the spirits as the fluid while we float and elevate. Our mind controlling is congruence. Yo, what a lovely atmosphere. The coast is clear and I fear the ending is near, but I hope to be here for 20 years. I gotta contemplate and concentrate. When I look in the mirror, it feels great to be the one that they call ace. Yo, don't need no gun or firepower, 'cause Jack just devours intelligence and confidence and reveals the coward. Yo, what was sweet is now turned sour. It feels good to gain respect in this game, and I'll be close to the top of the tower, 'cause I've been slave for over a million days, but I still can't try to compare my myself to those who were poorly raised. The governments, that might will stand for cover it up. Move your shit out of luck, cause people just wanna say giving a fuck. It's funny, but some people would do for money. End up getting stuck like silly putty and looking like a dummy. Bankruptcy, that should be the final answer. I'm a telepathical glancer, conventional, intellectual, confidential means exposure potential. So watch your credentials.
We travel on the waves of the music, using the spirits as the fluid while we float in an elevator, mind control. I hear and understand the music, so it talks to me. We were certainly meant to be soulmates, now I'm living freely with the arranged sounds within me. We ventilate our chemistry before the meltdown strikes, releasing the gaseous sound potion, making you nauseous. Astronauting to this thought is delaying your whole process. So now, this is a time capsule of now. And never again shall we let this negative interrupt our intellectual growth. The connection which we mentioned has no description, so the least you can do is open up your mind and try to listen.
We travel on the waves of the music, using our spirit as the fluid while we float and elevate. I'm not controlling this congruent. In this congruent world of connections, not necessarily there for my protection, I question the foundation. Simply put, one nation under God reminds me of a smoke screen cloud of God's ideas and dreams. And I believe that to be fluent in music, a true direction is guided by a lighted path. Disproving the craft that is moving, maneuvering in and out of the shaft that creates the first laugh. So I smile, but stand in denial, trying to rely on the sky, my only shelter. I felt the link, a touch of instinct underneath my skin thinks that melanin is only a pigment within a figment of imagination, waiting to be released as free as the breeze. An MC waiting in a big pond, trying to receive the whole picture. I figured that the fixture shedding light is equivalent to the fright, at least for the night, a mixture. Extracting the elements, allowing freedomless peace to teach in a kingdom to reach the state of pure harmony and peace.
We travel on the waves of the music, using our spirits as the fluid while we float and elevate. Our mind controlling is congruence. Progress. We travel on the waves of the music, using our spirit as the fluid while we float and elevate. Our mind controlling is congruence. It's everlasting. Elevating elements. Would like to say thanks for tuning in to this musical journey we call progress. Keep your eyes open and learn your lessons. Blast Off Productions
In neurological notation, would like to thank everybody that came out to support local 206 hip hop. Keep supporting local 206 hip hop and hip hop worldwide and independent art. That's what's keeping this culture existing. Word up. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Peace.
Housewood, Lacewood, Prince, Blast Off with Progress. And neurological notation.